Oh no, it's you again. Well, why hello, my friends, and welcome to back to another story. Literally, again. Today we're going to be doing chapter 2 of B- Buried. I don't know why I did that. I kind of wanted to make it kind of dramatic. So anyways, um yeah, sorry for the wait. Don't know how often I'm going to be uploading videos here and now. So yeah, a recap of what I did last time. Dennis is an asshole because I didn't believe him. Said he was exaggerating. Meant to say he was exaggerating of how many trees he did. Yeah. I got my hard hat. Yeah. I pulled the body out from underneath the dozer to see how bad it was. Yeah. Yeah, I was upfront with Dennis. I should have believed Dennis's story. Yeah. Don't know how it would have impacted the story if I didn't go and investigate the ringing sound. Maybe I should have done that next. Maybe I'll do this again on my own time. Teamwork? Yep. Because he's wounded, it'd be smart to bring Dennis. Anyways, let's begin chapter 2. We're standing on the thin platform of what looks like a fancy subway rail. Oh, look, fancy the rails look well used, not old. There are small overhead lights. They're very dim, as if they were running on emergency power. The dim overhead lights are blessing, but the blessing, but the size of the place makes me feel vulnerable. Staring ahead, the tunnel seems to be endless. It's almost dizzying. But there's a small light further ahead, and then a space that breaks the monotony? I don't know. Sorry, guys. Monotony of all the tunnel's curved surface. Another platform, maybe. Why are we in a subway tunnel? Yeah, what does Dennis think about this? Looks like we're waiting for the D train, Dennis says, with a deadly sound cackle. Also, the ringing noise is louder down here. It's much more solid and makes solid now, and there's some other sound, something like the faint hum of machinery. What's your take on this, boss? You think we're safe here? Dennis asks. Not at all. Not at all, is what I think of to myself, but I don't want to let Dennis seem that I'm rattled. Well, he seems to be limping along much better than when we first stumbled into this place. He's still in the rough shape. I'm leading here. Sorry. Yeah, I'm leading him here, and I should probably make him feel confident in that. It is creepy, but yeah, we'll be fine. We'll be fine. Nothing's gonna get us. Yeah. Yeah, nah. We'll be fine, totally. You reassure Dennis. We're too far in to go back, I say. Besides, if we get caught for trespassing, I'm pretty sure we'd slide by. We're good. You're in pain, and we got to find the rest of our crew. They could still be here somewhere. Dennis nods and looks reassured. Alibi. Yeah. Whatever. Weak and miserable. From the look of it, we can go either left or right. The left is slightly lit. The right, not so much. This makes me uneasy because I get the sense that one wrong turn in this place, in a place like this, would have us wandering for hours. Suddenly, I jerk my head to the right as I hear the unmistakable sound of someone walking. Did you hear something? I asked Dennis, my eyes straining to see anything in the darkness. Not sure, he says. Maybe. It kind of sounded like footsteps. I wait a moment, but the sound doesn't come again. So those are our options. To the left are flickering lights indicating that we'll at least be able to see. There's also a hum of machinery, a sign of life. The right is just darkness, but we also heard footsteps in that direction. Maybe avoid people. Yeah, let's try and avoid people. We'll go left. We can see stuff. You decided to go into the lights. Don't mind me. Sorry, I'm professional. Sorry about that. Seems smart to stay in the light. Left it is. Sorry about that, guys. Little thirsty. Coca-Cola cherry. Tasty stuff. I'm almost out. What a shame. As we head left, the lights ahead are like a beacon in the dark, luring us forward. Someone left the lights on for us. Bleh. Someone left the lights on for us, Dennis says, trying to be funny, but creeping me out instead. I wonder if that's a good or bad thing, I say. As we near the lights, I hear the hum of machinery grow louder, but it doesn't sound like any machine I've heard before. As the light increases, I use it to take an inventory of Dennis and his condition. While the bleeding seems to have stopped, the amount that has soaked into his pants and shirt is beyond alarming. How much further can you walk? I ask him. Can you keep going? Yes, Dennis says. Let's walk into the deep tunnel that has no business being here. Yeah, it's a smart idea. Now fully stepped into the light, I notice that the sound of machinery is coming from an area on the left side of that is protected by a guardrail. Wisps of blue light, dance on the walls as they leak out from whatever is below. I also noticed a post sign that says danger, severe radiation poisoning threat. Radiation poisoning? Yeah, let's stay back and move on. Dennis, I don't think we should go near whatever is down there, I say. Dennis studies the blue light a bit longer and then nods. He's hurting enough as it is. I don't think we need to add radiation poisoning to his list of alignments. Yeah. Or mine, for that matter. Yeah, radiation poisoning. Not very fun, I wouldn't think. We step away and take off down the tunnel again. As I start walking, I notice another structure coming into view up ahead. Yeah, looks like a subway tunnel. And stop, I should say. As we head further into the tunnel, we reach another platform. There's light coming from the platform, but like the overhead lights, they are dim red emergency lights. I start to wonder if the explosion at the logging site caused a power outage in this place, whatever this place is. The ringing noise is originally thought was in my head. Was in my head getting louder. I'm starting to think it's some sort of alarm. When we come to the large open area ahead of the tunnel of When we come into the large open area ahead in the tunnel, it further resembles a subway station. Excuse me. As much as I try to ignore the reality, it's unbendable. We uh, we have stumbled into some sort of high-tech transportation system that is buried beneath the forest of Kentucky. It makes absolute no sense and creates an entirely new sort of fear as to what the hell as what sorry. It makes absolutely no sense and creates an entirely new sort of fear as to what the hell we have to walked into. I notice that Dennis seems confident, though. When we reach the large opening, we have to climb over the rails and up onto the platform. I have to help Dennis over the rails and then help the small utility ladder. And then up the small utility ladder that is bolted into the opposite side of the travelway. When he reaches the large open area, resembling a subway waiting area, he collapses on the floor and lets out a heaving breath. You know what? Dennis says, exasperated. This is ridiculous. I quit. I'm not going any further. On top of worrying about my crew and the madness of wherever we are, I'm not in the mood for Dennis to act like a baby. Yeah. Maybe I shouldn't shout at him. He's already annoyed at me and being a jackass. So, yeah, I'll try and reassure him and be like, yeah, he can do this. I'm not the one with the gash in my side. I think to myself, so I decide to cut him some slack. Damn, boss. I'm sorry, he says. It's okay, I say. I don't know how you're still on your feet, if I'm being honest. Yeah, stubbornness. He says with a weak laugh, you need a minute to rest. You need a minute to rest, I ask, as warmly as I can. As I can muster. No. If I sit down to rest, I'm afraid I might not get back up. Let's keep going while I can still go. Yeah. I reach down, help him, and help. Shut up. English. Good English. Let's do this. I reach down, help him to his feet, and then we get ourselves up onto the platform. Right in front of us, there's an entrance to a long hallway exiting the platform area. It's at this point that I realize those red emergency lights might be on for someone else who is actually supposed to be here. Yell. Stay quiet. Sneaky beaky. Let's sneak around. And sneak around, sorry. We're number one. I'm still not sure if I want to alert anyone to the fact that there are strangers in this secret place. And the thought of hearing a scream, even my own scream, in this empty place is too much to bear. The emergency lights continue to flicker overhead, casting a sick sort of pinkish light on everything. My mind is racing with what sort of place this might be. It's obvious that it's meant to be a secret, and if it is supposed to be a secret, and there was a power outage recently, maybe most everyone has been evacuated. English. This thought does nothing to make me feel any better as we walk towards the platform exit. We step inside, and it seems just as empty as ever. As every other place we've come through. Weakly illuminated by more overhead emergency lights, we're standing inside a hallway that looks surreal for a moment. The hallway reminds me of a hospital wing, but there's something not quite right about it. It's the first clean and tidy area I've seen since coming in the woods. It looks like it was recently in use. despite the dim emergency lights overhead. There are chairs against the walls, and the floor looks well cleaned, as do the walls. The ringing noise is definitely coming from here, and a small flashing red light along the ceiling seems to flash along with it. The ringing noise is an alarm, I say, if only to confirm my own thought. But for what? Dennis asks. And then, where was I? Oh yeah. And then he asks the question that has been on my mind since I found the little building in the woods. What the hell is this place? We exchange a look that speaks volumes. We reach the end of the hallway and hear a sound like a large metallic grinding. I don't think that's good. This is followed by a clicking noise and then the unmistakable noise of a generator kicking on. Well, that's good. Unless it's a security machine, then it's not good. We'll see. Yay, power's back on. Without warning, the facility jolts to life. The red glow of the emergency lights is suddenly replaced by by bright white fluorescent ones. The mechanical hum is oddly comforting. Somehow, the power being back on urges us on. Yeah. It's then that I noticed the ringing noise has stopped. So it had been an alarm. But for what? Just the power failures? Failures? Shut up. We head down the hallway, the electric hum of the lights sounding eerie overhead. Other than that, the place is dead quiet. The hall is about 100 feet long, with two main doors. One door opens onto a large room that looks like a conference room with a whiteboard and papers strewn out about. Across the hallway, another door looks like a laboratory for some sort. Yeah, of some sort. Dennis slumps against the wall in defeat and lets out a scary sounding chuckle. Something funny? Something funny over there, bud? You going crazy on me? Don't go crazy. I ask something funny. I ask as a dark and brooding panic starts to grip me. Dennis just keeps chuckling as he slides down to the floor. I'm just going to sit here while you look around, he says. There's a look in his eyes. Voice crack, sorry. There's a look in his eyes that reminds me far too much of a dead animal on the side of the road. It'd be cooler and more interesting to enter the lab, but I wouldn't really get anything because I don't think Robert, I'm pretty sure his name, our protagonist, our character is a scientist or gone to school for any of that, college and all, and university or whatever, for any sciencey stuff. So, conference room, he might get the jibber jabber in there. If he reads anything, I mean. A large table sits in the middle of the room, lined with a series of chairs. It looks like something straight out of a showroom. A well-used whiteboard hangs on the wall, and there are scattered papers on the desk. Sorry, excuse me. How long have I been recording? Doesn't say. I don't think. Oh, 19 minutes, 30 seconds. Okay. Look at the papers on the table. Look at the whiteboard on the wall. What should I do? Look at the papers. Look at the whiteboard. Look at the papers. What? Whiteboard would be quicker. And Dennis is, hurt. A few things are scrabbled on the whiteboard, mostly formulas and names. But there are some things that are easy to understand. Understand. Things that make my blood go cold. Subject 6. Cause of death. Embolism or aneurysm. Or both. Ideas for new delivery mode. Cepherical liquid? I'm not sure. And induce comatose state first. Terracorco equals possible plutonium supplier. Plutonium. What is nuclear powered here? Or powered by plutonium. Stuff like that. Look at papers on the table. Yeah, should probably look at those now. Most of the papers are printouts. Most of the papers and printouts have codes and equations that go way over my head. Yeah, thought so. But there are also handwritten notes that don't make me feel any better about our situation. I read through them and see scrolled notes that say things like, last experiment failed, overdose before transport. Levels indicate cellular catabolism. Not sure. Question marks. More lead shielding in export suits. Question marks. Measurements make no sense. Let Barksdale know about possible Higgs field fix. Outside in the hallway, I hear Dennis grunting. I head out of the room to see him still seated on the floor, but I don't get very far because as I exit, a man comes rushing around the corner with an automatic rifle in his hand. Uh-oh! Well, sure, Dennis may be hurt, but he's big and burly, so maybe he can do something. And I don't know how big and burly I look. But we're lumberjacks. So, probably decently big and burly. Stereotypes. Hopefully. Hopefully we can do something against him. Hopefully he doesn't shoot us. Litter us with bullets. Music. Creepy. It's hard to look beyond his rifle, but the man carrying it is young, with messy dark hair. His skin is so pale that I wonder if he maybe lives down here. He has the look of a guy who's been cooped up for a little too long. Maybe my look now. He doesn't seem like the kind of person I'd trust with a gun in a stressful situation. Yeah, probably not. As he sees us in the doorway, he screams and brings the gun up. It's already aimed directly at my head. Well, yeah. Let's not to attack, because there's a gun pointed at my head right from the get-go. So I move an inch. She's gonna probably put a bullet in my head, or several, since it's automatic. And maybe for this guy, he may be trigger happy. So let's. This is like, yeah, mean no harm. I put my hands in the air, surprised at how natural it feels to go into this surrender state. Maybe it's because this feels like a dream. Maybe it's because I feel like I'll snap awake if the maniac pulls the trigger. I recognize you. You stomped around and set off the security mics in the entrance. What? Oro? I ask, unable to think of anything else to say. Who are you? The man asks. Did you do this? Did I do what? What? I don't know. The man, the man eyes us both, and I see something in his eyes that unsettles me. He is scared, but there is something. But there is something else. We're we're loggers. Don't shoot us. His eyes look distant for a minute, and then he says, "Bullshit." Bullshit. Sorry, no exclamation mark. But for some reason, I'm pretty sure he knows I'm telling the truth. Someone knocked the power out. The man says, "It's back on now, but if it was out long enough, well, we're in a heap of trouble." "Was it you? Who sent you?" "Look, we don't know what you're talking about," Dennis says. "Something happened out in the woods. Are you alone? Are there others with you?" The man asks, thrusting his gun in my face. How the hell did we get in this situation? I think to myself. If only I had that left damn ringing noise. Sorry. If only I had left that damn ringing noise alone, we wouldn't be here. Yeah, but that would ruin the story. That would make it less interesting. But now I kind of want to, like, leave and or go back and not look at investigate the ringing noise. Maybe later. I'm not really sure if we want to give this guy information yet. We don't know anything about him. Then again, he may have answers. Yeah, let's be honest with him. We're looking for our crew. We have other crew members that we can't find, I say. Your crew? He asks, seeming confused. If this man thinks that we're nuts, there's no telling what he might do. Yeah, the fact that he looks a little crazy himself makes the situation even harder. But how do you get in here? The man asks. I point down the hall towards the subway. We came in that way. The doors weren't locked. His expression calms a bit, but I'm still very aware of the gun that is leveled less than a foot away from my face. Should I grab the gun or ask him to put the gun down? No, I don't feel like getting shot today, or having the chance of getting shot today, so let's, put the gun down, please. Please put the gun down. You ask the man calmly to put the gun down. The only way I'm putting this rifle down is after I've blown your brains out, the man says. With that, he uses the muzzle of the gun to flip my hard hat onto the floor. Aw, that's a dick move, bud. It's a childish move, a playground tactic at best, but it's sufficient to show me that he knows he's in control now. He then levels the rifle at Dennis, and I can only assume it's because his wounds make him appear to be the weaker of us. Yeah. The man takes a shaky step forward. Dennis looks back and forth between the barrel of the gun and me, his eyes pleading for help. Maybe I should step back. He was kind of an asshole to me. Step between Dennis. But then again, if I do that, he'll probably be an asshole again. So, I want to get back on his good side, so I guess I'll step between him and the gun. Before I'm fully aware of what I'm doing, I step out in front of Dennis. The barrel of the rifle is nearly touching my chest now. Both Dennis and the man seem a little confused at my action, and I do my best to swallow down my fear. I don't know what's going on here, I say, but we're here by mistake. Well, you have no business here, the man says, but now that the power is on, I think you might be too late anyway. For what? I ask. He doesn't answer me. Instead, he steps forward and actually pushes me backwards with the end of his rifle. The man then repeats a question he asked before. One that makes no sense and honestly makes me think he might be a little crazy. Shouldn't you already be thinking he's a little crazy? He's... Who sent you? He asks. You assholes from the Pentagon? No. 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 Just, we're some loggers. I'm not quite sure how to take this question. Is this guy joking? I am so tempted to push that. Yeah, I'm the president. No, what the hell are you talking about? I think I can't help it. It's kind of funny and sarcastic, and hopefully I don't get shot. The armed man looks as if someone has slapped him. You think I'm playing? He asks, jabbing me with the barrel of his gun. You think I won't blow your head off? Still, his grip on the gun is as tight as ever. The look on his face makes me think he'll shoot at any moment. You both just stand still, he says. Sooner or later, someone will come along and I'll turn you over. Yeah. He asks. He again thrusts the rifle forward, as if it has an invisible bayonet on it. There's no need for that, I tell him. I have no guarantee that he won't pull the trigger. Look, Dennis says, we don't want any trouble. We're just as confused as you are. Then in a movement so fast that I just about miss it, Dennis lunges forward. I have no idea how he is moving so fast. Just 30 seconds ago, I was worried about how close to death he looked. Yeah, but now he's moving lightning fast, his left arm coming down on the barrel of the gun. Like a club. His left arm coming down on the barrel of the gun like a club. In the commotion, the man does pull the trigger. The booming noise is deafening, and there is a movement where I think I've been hit. It takes the clanging noise of the sound of the round tearing into the floor at my feet to help me realize that I have not been shot. Yeah, that's good. It would have been painful if you would have been shot. I look to the floor and see where the shot missed my right leg by less than 3 inches. I'm paralyzed in shock. I'm paralyzed in shock for a moment as Dennis and the man fight over a position of the rifle. There's a fire extinguisher on the wall. I could use it as a bludgeon, but I might not have enough time to grab it before Dennis is overpowered. Yeah, and we kind of need the guy conscious to interrogate when we need to, if he doesn't overpower Dennis. So I'm not gonna take the chance, and I'm just gonna, punch him in the face, right in the face. You. Dennis has the man pinned to the floor, but isn't strong enough to keep him down. As I fall to the floor to help, the barrel of the rifle swings right in front of my face, a reminder of how close I had come to being shot. On my knees now, I deliver a hard, stiff punch to the man's face. I don't punch someone often, never really. I'm not usually the brawling type. Still, it is apparently effective. The man's head snaps back, and his grip on the gun loosens. Dennis grabs the gun and falls to the floor, clearly winded and in pain. Our attacker is immobilized, and I can feel a shift in the situation. Yet, although he is basically harmless now, I feel the need to pummel him, a desire that builds up with each second I look at him. Should I keep beating him? Tempting. Mainly because of what's happened in my life lately, but I'm not gonna say anything. So, because I'm not a violent type, but what's going... you don't need to know. I've been feeling violent. Anyways, stand back. Sorry, stand up and step back, or keep punching him. I think I'm going... Oh, it's tempting to punch him. It's pretty tempting to punch him. But I think I'm gonna stand up and step back. I took it easy on him, on the man. He's definitely out now, no threat. Or at least, that's what I think. But he surprises me by mustering up one more swift kick in my direction, connecting with my forehead. Fuck! Should have punched him. My eyelid swells to the size of a grape almost immediately. It seems like this last attack is more to spite me than to defend himself. I stumble back and ready myself for another round of blows, but he just slouches into the floor. He's done. Dennis instantly hands me the rifle over to me, and I take it with shaking hands. I can't believe you stepped between me and that gun, Dennis says. He could have killed you. I was pretty sure he wouldn't. Yeah, pretty sure, I say. Although I had no such thing. I had no such thing. Still, thanks, man. That was some heroic stuff. You should have done the same. Sorry, you would have done the same, right? Dennis says nothing. His eyes look to the floor. God damn it, Dennis. What do we do now, boss? Dennis asks. We've come this far. I want some answers. Dennis. I can scroll, right? Yeah, I can scroll. I sense that Dennis does too. I walk over and pick up my hard hat off the floor after placing it on my head. I turn towards the man. Yeah, it's good that I picked that back up. Kind of a smart idea. We get no answers. We get answers from this guy. No answers, the man says. I don't have any. Next time I won't just hit you, I say, plunging the rifle towards him. Now get up. Excuse me. He obeys quickly, but his legs are wobbly, and he leans against the wall for support. I can feel my swollen eyelid from where he kicked me. Where he kicked me earlier. I just hope it doesn't get so bad that it affects my English. That it affects my sight. Okay, let's move, I say, pointing the gun further down the hallway. We've come this far, and I'm not going to let this guy stop us. We walk down the hallway until we come to the end. A single elevator waits for us. It's steel sliding doors, larger than a normal elevator. Excuse me. Oh wow, already 40 minutes. Well, hope we're coming to an end. Before I get into the elevator with this guy, I think it's wise to learn a bit more about him. I can tell it's making him uncomfortable for me to have the gun. What's your name, I ask. Marcus. And you work here? It's clear that he doesn't want to answer, but he gives us a little nod. We're looking for the rest of our crew. Any idea where they might be, I ask? No, he says, currently not bothering to elaborate. There's got to be some useful info we can get out of this guy. I just need to know how to dig for it. Yeah. I need a first aid kit for my friend here, I say. Where might I find one? Down on the second floor, he says. But we can't go down there. We're going down there, okay? Yeah. We're going down there, okay? He looks at me like an idiot. You must be aware you're inside of a classified government facility, he says. It makes sense, but I want to doubt it. Well, as I mentioned earlier, I'm the president, so take me to the first aid. I can't, he says. You don't have clearance. Hell, I barely have the clearance. Then, seemingly to myself, he mutters, I make this place run. I make this place run. And not even a thank you, just a bunch of restricted access rooms that I'm only allowed to go into with a friggin' chaperone. I interrupt his monologue. We're going to the first aid kit. I could lose my job, he says. I wonder for a moment what sort of trouble I could get into for hitting a government employee. That makes me glad I took it easy on him. Then again, he had come at us with a rifle. If it makes me think that things have gone terribly wrong in this place. I was reading that wrong. 1 second. Then again, he had come at us with a rifle. It makes me think that things have gone terribly wrong in this place. And the explosion in the woods, or whatever the hell happened, might be linked to it all. Excuse me, sorry, voice cracks. And the explosion in the woods, or whatever the hell happened, might be linked to it all. I need to convince him to take us to the second floor, but I'm not sure if it would be more productive to threaten him or ask for sympathy. I'm gonna threaten him. I place the rifle to his head while I know I don't have it in me to pull the trigger. I have no problem holding it there. Your job or your life, I say, harshly. My swollen eye from where he kicked me instantly makes me feel exactly generous. He looks at me sternly, weighing his options. This is a felony, he says, but I can't tell he's not going to fight at me anymore. Good. Now take us to the second level. With an untrusting stare, Marcus walks to the elevator door, approaching a small keypad on the doors. He punches in a numerical, I think that says, numerical code on the keypad, and we can hear a slight mechanical hum behind the steel doors. After a few seconds, an angry glance and frightened sneers from Marcus, the elevator arrives. Sorry, buddy, old pal. Kind of wanted a little revenge for that eyebrow. Yeah, it's kind of annoying. The steel doors slide open with a whisper, revealing the interior. I don't think I'll threaten him again. Yeah. Dennis is kind of hurt and bleeding and all that, so we kind of need to get there in a hurry, whether Marcus likes it or not. So, yeah. And he's being kind of a jerk. Kind of not. He's just caring for his job and doesn't want to lose his job. And he's scared and frightened probably from all of this. Anyways. I want to press those buttons. It's it's exceptionally well lit and looks to be made of stainless steel. I half expect the thing to take off and at the speed of light. There's another small keypad on the front right panel by the door with the options for 3 sub-level floors. Looks like this elevator doesn't go to the surface. So after we get a first aid kit for Dennis, how do we get out of here, I ask. We can't leave, Marcus says. Once the power came back on, the whole place was put on lockdown. What? I shout. What? I shout. Can't you override it? No. It's to prevent anything from getting out. I can't. Marcus looks as deflated as Dennis. We can't get out. We're stuck here. Great! Wonderful. Just what I wanted. Dennis leans into the corner and almost falls onto the floor. The struggle for the rifle took a lot out of him. I can see that much in his face. Slowly, we start to move down. The hum and grind of the car's motors fill the space. Okay, we're not in a car though. Whatever. I won't say that. So we're stuck here forever. Marcus scowls at me. I think it's a fair question. It doesn't seem unreasonable to assume he won't be able to get us out. We'll find somebody with the access codes, and they'll be begging me to figure out how to lift the lockdown. These people think they're so brilliant, but some of them can barely turn their computers on without help. The top coder in my class at MIT, and I'm stuck living underground helping idiots who don't even trust me with keys. Shitty. That's pretty shitty. Could have probably done well. I'd say it's kind of like an honor to work at a government facility like so, possibly. But Marcus doesn't seem so thrilled with it. Yeah, what goes on here? Marcus shakes his head. You may as well shoot me. I can't tell you. Why not? It's beyond classified, and the things I know don't even cover the start of it. What does that mean? I ask, starting to get irritated. It means that even if I wanted to tell you, tell you what sort of work is done here, I don't have enough about it. Sorry, don't know enough about it. Kind of said what his job was briefly, so. How big is this place? It's a government facility of the highest secrecy, Marcus says. A research facility. It goes 4 stories underground, and quite frankly, it scares the piss out of me that you two got in here so easily. Why is that, I ask. This is a Black Ops graveyard, he replies. Even the CIA doesn't know about it. It doesn't know this place exists. What knocked out the lights? Yeah, I think that's gonna... If he's scared at what kind of place this is and all that, then that is... Yeah, well, what goes on here? Sorry, what knocked out the lights? That's kind of spooky. Spoopy. Scary. Seems like some sort of power outage, Marcus says. That's all I know. There was an outage. And then what? Dennis asks weakly. Then things got weird. Things got bad. Bad how, I ask. The whole place seemed to shake when the lights went out. I was checking the monitors when it happened, and everything went dead. It took no more than a minute or so before I started hearing the screams. People were being killed by something. I tried getting the security cameras going again, but they only lasted for a little bit on my backup systems. But what I saw, what, I ask, feeling a sharp fear warm its way into my gut. Well, that I saw on the screens for what little bit of time made no sense to me. It made me get the gun from the English. It made me get the gun from the emergency vault. I think whatever it is, it's still down here. Hold on, I say. There's an emergency vault with a rifle in the same room as security cameras in this place? Marcus gives me a grin that looks nearly insane. There are guns locked away in this. Oh, in every room in this place, just in case. You know. Just in case of what? So we're still in danger here. As he opens his mouth to answer, the elevator comes to a stop and the doors still slide open. Marcus is out right away without a word. He makes his exit and heads directly for a glassed-in room that is filled with computer monitors and high-end equipment. Dennis and I file out behind him, trying to keep up. As we do, one very alarming question runs through my head. What the hell kind of government facility keeps a loaded gun in emergency vaults in every single room? Well, that's the end of chapter 2. And hopefully, he doesn't pull a gun on us. Yeah, 'cause he knows how to use one better than I do, probably. So, yeah. Let's hope. Fingers crossed. End of chapter 2. I like Marcus. He seems interesting. And crazy. I like crazy. Crazy's cool. Crazy's fun. Curiosity. Yeah. Selflessness. Mercy. Well. Well, guys. That was interesting and fun and all. Interesting chapter. Hopefully, we'll see what happens. Sorry, I'm curious to what we'll see in chapter 3, even though I kind of know, because I know the game. Anyways. So, yeah. There's a few games I have that I just can't wait to play and record for this channel. But some of them, most of them, don't run very well because I don't have a gaming computer. So, like, the other day, I bought Alien Isolation with all the DLCs for a discount because it was 75% off. And it was, so it was like $10.99. Oh, I can't wait to play that. Just, it's exciting. So yeah, hopefully with my job and all, I can stop spending money because I have a money problem, and I can get some a better computer, save up, and get a better computer at Best Buy or somewhere. Any suggestions for where I can get a computer? Leave them in the comments. Yeah. Anyways. No, that's Markiplier's. No, I don't want to copy Mark. Kind of do. Anyways, no. What's my outro? Shit. It's happened to me again. Fuck, I hate it when this happens. Sorry, give me a minute. Oh, I know. I remember. Sorry about the... Wait, it's unprofessional. Unprepared, yeah. Goodbye, my friends, and I will see you in the next story.